Hello, everyone. My name is Mary, and today I have a tarot and oracle card reading and an angel message for the full moon, which is happening today on June 3rd at 11:42 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and Sunday, June 4th at 3:42 UTC time. And I apologize, I'm getting this video out late if I'm getting it out at all. My schedule's been kind of weird, and the energies have been weird too. So maybe I'll do a video on that, current energies, because it really feels like the energies have shifted quite a bit. We're going through some stuff. But let's see what this, I have the cards all prepared for an oracle and tarot card reading. But first, the message I just received as I was preparing the cards, for all of you, for the human collective, for this full moon, and was transfer of power. So this might have some sort of meaning for you in your actual physical life, like, what sort of power transfer is happening. Maybe there's maybe you got a new job, or whatever, some sort of life circumstance has occurred. But what I feel like this means for us spiritually is that the mantle of the response time between the quantum field and ourselves is diminished now. And so everything you do has some sort of result a lot quicker than before. Like might be something that you're noticing in your life, but whatever, whether you're noticing or not, what I'm getting from the angels is that you have a lot more power than you think, and you have a lot more power over yourself and your life and the whole world than you could possibly imagine. And it's very important to live in that knowingness, to live moment by moment in this, like, I am powerful. I have this power over myself. But more than that, I feel like this message has to do with personal decisions. And the angels want us to really take that into account as we move about our lives, as we make our decisions about what to eat and where to go, and habits. It's like you may think you have an ingrained habit, but you have the power to change it a lot more easily now than you did before. And so it's okay to stumble into and to not know how to handle this transfer of power, this increase of personal power that comes from within, and it comes from the Holy Spirit, and it comes from this divine place where all power resides. And it's just this increased flow of energy and power through us all right now. And this full moon, I think, is bringing that to light. So let's take a look at the cards and see what we have. All right, so we're going to start with the tarot cards. We've got the Queen of Wands, ooh, the Three of Pentacles. I love this deck. This pastel tarot is so beautiful. Every part of it is, I approve. It's wonderful. Page of Wands. The Fool. Ooh, so much yellow. The Fool. And the Five of Cups. All right. So I'm getting that one of the things I mentioned before about habits, about you may have a habit that your mind has told you, oh, this is a habit that, this is one of my bad habits. Whereas in actuality, that habit has been cleared away maybe, and you're just enacting an empty, you're just play acting. You're just pretending like you had this habit when really you don't anymore. So what I'm getting here from the Wands is courage. Absolutely. And I'm also getting that the Queen and the Page have showed up, as well as the Three of Pentacles. And these three cards are telling me give me the word partnerships, that we're meant to really connect to people and ask for help and connect and open up and really get really honest about your life and what it is you want to change with your friends, your neighbors, the people in your life, because they're all equally connected to you. It may seem like there's certain people that are your people, your family, your friends, your partner, and all the other people are out there. Like they're not a part of this intimate group that you have. All the people in the world are connected to you, equally connected to you. You are equally connected to all things, and especially all people. And so partnerships is coming up strongly, that you to have courage to open up and to really be raw and honest with yourself and with your family, your friends, and all the people in your world, and start really being courageously you. The Fool is all about stripping yourself of all of the habits and all of the ideas and the judgments and the whatever roadmap you had for your life. The Fool doesn't have that roadmap. The Fool doesn't have any like strict objective. He's just got this, I'm gonna make my fortune, I'm gonna go live my purpose, but there's no actual like roadmap to that. There's no structure. He's just sort of full of hope, full of joy, full of this optimistic bliss, and stepping out into the world. And this connected to the Wands is telling me that the angels want you to have courage. The Wands is about fire, and I feel like we're really supposed to fire up our will, our desire, and our courage, and step out in this brand new way and really accept that we have the power to change our world, to change ourselves, and to connect with people, and to be open and honest with people, to be seen, to be heard, to create your life how you wish it to be. The Five of Cups is telling me these patterns of clinging to the loss or the disappointments of the past needs to be cleared out. You need to address that and learn how to let that go. Learn how to let yourself just be, and learn how to move on in your journey. So the Fool right next to this Five of Cups is telling me that this is an important thing, that we are meant to not really let ourselves get tripped up every time we lose something, every time one of our cups gets spilled. And in certain tarot decks, I'm using the Rider-Waite-Smith, and this is a different coloration of the Rider-Waite-Smith, but in certain colorations of this deck, the little water or the liquid that is spilled is wine. But in this deck, the liquid that is spilled is water. And as you can see, there's a river right there. And so that's sort of telling me that, listen, you think you've lost something, but you haven't. The source is ready to give you more. And you still have these two cups here. It's okay. What you think you've lost is not lost. It's not done. It's not lost. It's not over. It's not you might feel bad, but just give yourself a hug and say, you know what? Everything's going to be fine, okay? You're fine. Move forward. It's going to be fine. And so the message for these 5 cards is all about being courageously, authentically you, and allowing the world to see you, and allowing yourself to be seen by people, and allowing your vision to be seen by people, allowing your purpose and your talents and gifts, and building something with the world, building a brand new world, and allowing yourself the freedom to explore what that means to build this new world. Letting go of the past and the the structure of the past and building something brand new that is inspired by your present moment, this freedom and joy and power that you're experiencing in the present moment. And disappointment's going to be a part of the game, and you're just going to have to learn how to deal with that. And so this this full moon is saying you have a lot more power than you think you do. Your inspiration is just, feeding you all kinds of stuff. It's okay to do it. It's okay to start new projects and to build something new, to become someone new that you've never even met before. You may be someone brand new that you've never even, dreamed that you could be. And that person, just like the Fool, is just ready to step out into your life. So this is all about newness and seeing yourself and allowing yourself to be new and to build something new, and especially with partnerships. But let's see what the rest of the cards are going to show us. Conception. Right, so creative projects, bringing something new into the world. There is something brand new that it's okay for you to be. And it doesn't mean pandering to the old sense of self who's got these like needs and saying, oh, but I need this and I need that and I can't have, happiness if I don't have this. All of these disappointed, like, I don't want to call it like whining, but it's the voice of the past that's trying to comfort you by giving you a false sense of comfort. You don't need that anymore. What you're here to create is something courageous and creative and fills your heart with joy and builds something beautiful for the entire world to enjoy. So whether this is a new business, a new way of being, just even if it's like, okay, I'm just going to eat healthier, and I'm going to commit to that, and I'm just allow myself to be this new healthier person. That will be something that the whole world can see and gain from. Every positive change you make is something the world can gain from. And so conception here is telling me we're here to allow ourselves to be new. And this whole idea of transfer of power that I was talking about before, I think is really coming into focus here. The transfer of power is the power inside you to create your life, not by the forcing, but by allowing. The Queen of Wands showed up, not the King. And the Queen is all about this soft, receptive, nurturing place where you allow, where you manifest through magnetizing yourself. Wildly free. Oh, perfect. So the horse is here to tell us that we're not, just jump over those old fences. This horse may have, somebody may have put this horse inside an enclosure, with some old wooden fences. And those old wooden fences kept the old horses in pretty well. But this horse is a jumper. This horse is not going to be fenced in. This horse is going to jump. This horse is free. This horse is determined to be free. You are determined to be free. Your soul is ready to be free, and it can only be free by leaping over the boundaries. The boundaries, you can't wait for those boundaries to come down. They're not coming down. Nobody's tearing down the old boundaries, the old rules, the old ways, the old ways. The systems of the world that said you need to be this, that, and the other thing, whereas nature has this much different idea of how the world goes, and because conception is all about nature. Conception here is telling me that there is power built in specifically to the physical world. Your physical environment, your body, yourself, you already have the power. Conception is a very natural thing. It's absolutely, and it's super duper powerful to create a human being. to create a new life. Conception. It only happens one way. You know, a certain thing comes together with a certain other thing, and that's how it happens. There is no other way that it happens. That's how it happens. And that's where the power is. Conception. It's in you. And now we're talking the spiritual equivalent of conception is the coming together of divine feminine and divine masculine. The divine feminine, the creative, the inspiration, the nurturing, whereas the masculine is this courage, this structure, this the building of your dreams. You know, you have to have both sides. You have to be, you know, receptive to the inspiration and then ready to do the work to build it. That's what's required of you now. This is the mantle of power that we're putting on your shoulders, that the angels are like, you have the power to create anything you want in your life. It requires just two things. First, it requires that you, like the horse, jump over those old boundaries that have been set up for, you know, for an old sense of being. You know, your old self was very easily kept in line with these, you know, with these strict judgments and these habits. But this new sense of self that's being born on this full moon, this sense of self is going to jump over those boundaries. This sense of self has something to do in the world, something to create, and this sense of self is not going to be kept fenced in. Your purpose is outside the boundaries, right here. These emotional boundaries that kept you stopped. Your purpose lies outside of those boundaries. Your sense of self lies outside of those boundaries. Be like the horse, wildly free, and jump over those fences. There is no one who's going to take them down. You just are more powerful now. You have to jump. This feels really exciting. Could it be more perfect? We have the eagle, which in my country is the symbol of freedom, the symbol of our country, the bald eagle. So it just says eagle here, and I know there's other types of eagles, but pictured on the card is the bald eagle. Freedom, perspective, victory. Oh my gosh. All three of these keywords are absolutely perfect. Wildly free, and then we also have freedom with the eagle. Perspective, seeing your life differently. It's like when when the eagle is sitting on a branch of a tree, maybe things look a little bit different than when they're flying way overhead. And this, this beautiful sense of sight that they have, this vision, this perspective that they have, this ability to see the world. So you are being shown a new perspective of yourself, and it's up to you right now to believe it or not. It's up to you right now to say, is this really what I'm seeing? Because the world, this full moon is showing you. It's showing you what you can do. With the wands here, it's showing you. It's inspiring you. It's saying, guess what? It's a little nudge. It's saying, yes, you can be more than you ever thought you could be. You could be more than you ever thought you could be. You don't have to be hemmed in by what you see in your physical world, by the habits, by the foods that you have in the cupboard, by the routine that you've built for yourself. All these are just those fences that this horse is just ready to jump over. This horse is ready to jump. And the eagle is like, dude, you don't even need to jump. We can just fly over those fences. There are no fences. Fences? I don't see fences. There, as far as I'm concerned, the eagle says those fences, they don't even exist. I can easily fly over them. They're not even a thing anymore. So this is such a positive message of allowing yourself to be courageously new and just knocking over those boundaries, those habits, those things that have kept you small, that have kept you, sort of in this cattle chute. You can be new. You can create something new, and you can be victorious. I'm also getting that very possibly this full moon could bring about some changes, and I never ever predict things in the physical world, but I think for possibly in America we could possibly be able to see something new for our future, something new yet natural. yet perfectly in line with who we are. And so there's that. So the final two, cosmos, order. This is great. This is great. I'm going to put this here. Does it show? Yes, it does. Perfect. So the cosmos, this is telling me, absolutely, that's just screaming with angel energy. The angels don't scream. But this one is telling me that the cosmos is telling me the angels are, this is all in divine order. That's what's happening now. Your next steps. These next steps are absolutely divinely ordained. It's divinely ordained. It's okay. We're giving you permission. We're giving you our blessing. The angels are saying, whatever you need, you have our permission. You have our blessing. The angels are saying, go and do it. Go and be different. Have the courage. Have the courage to just maybe make a change, to knock down those boundaries, to knock down those walls. I'm having a vision of, do you ever have, when my nieces and nephews were little, they had these blocks. They were big. They were about this size, and they were made of cardboard, and they could build like these tall towers and things. And so one of the favorite activities of the adults was to build a little tower with the kid, and the kid's favorite activity was to knock it down. And of course the adult would go, "Don't knock it down," and the little kid would be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna knock it down." So that's what I'm seeing, is that the angels are like, knock it down, knock it down. The previous generations, even yourself, you have built up walls in your life. You have built up these false walls, and those little brick things, those little building block things, they looked like they were painted to look, or printed to look like bricks. And so it's like, these walls might look like they're pretty solid, but they're absolutely not. Knock them down. Any wall that's keeping you hemmed in, that's keeping you small, that's keeping you whatever, knock it down. It's time to knock it down. It's time to allow yourself. It's the divine order has ordained that now is the time. Jump over those fences, or even fly over those fences, and get to that place where you're creating, where you're conceiving something brand new. It's time for that. And you may stumble. You may have these recurring fears, but don't worry. You can always refill your cup. You can always give yourself a hug, and everything's going to be okay. Tiger lily, wealth. What is wealth telling us? I'm saying resources. Anything in your life that you thought, oh, there's not enough of this, whatever it is, not enough help, not enough people in your life that understand you. Maybe there's not enough money for all the things that you need. Maybe there's not enough clients. Maybe there's not enough customers. Maybe there's not enough people out there. Maybe you're looking for love and you're like, I can't, there's not there. There's a lack. Or maybe there's not enough physical help. Maybe you physically need help. You can't do it. Your family is having trouble. Maybe your health is failing, and there's not enough help. There's just not enough energy. There's not enough hours in the day. Whatever you think there's not enough of, I want you right now to list them in your head. List them. What is there not enough of? What do you tell yourself occasionally that there's not enough of? The tiger lily is like, oh yes, there is enough. There is more than enough. The world has that in abundance for you. There is enough money. There's more than enough money. It's just, you have to believe. You have to believe. The tiger lily is like, just believe. Have you ever had, there's these lilies that look like this. I don't know what they are. Some sort of flowers that are like there's way too many of them on my mom's property, my parents' property. And so recently, at a family gathering, my sister-in-law went with the shovel and was digging them up because she wants some. There's more than enough. You know, it was like there's more than enough for everyone. So whatever it is you've listed in your mind, that there's like, okay, I tell myself there's not enough money, there's not enough time, there's not enough this. There is enough time. There is enough health in your body. There is enough life in your body. There's enough vitality. There is enough magic. There is enough love. There is enough of the Holy Spirit. There is enough of your loving family and friends. There are enough people. There's enough help. There is enough of everything. There is enough. Go through now and say there is enough. So I think whatever's been stopping you, this message is all about power and understanding that you have the power to change your life. That whatever has been stopping you, whatever has been tripping you up, whatever you have been up against, that you're like, oh, this is a wall that I've never been able to overcome. This is a hurdle that I've never been able to jump over. This is an obstacle that I've never been able to overcome. That is done now. You have the ability. You have the power to overcome it. There will be fears coming up again and again in the future, but you do have the power. And now is the time to see yourself as powerful. Now is the time. So I feel like I could talk forever and ever and ever about this great reading, and I thank the angels for this beautiful reading. I thank you for showing up, and my prayer for you for this full moon, my prayer for you, for me, and for all of us is that we go crazy jumping over those hurdles, jumping over those old habits, those old judgments about ourselves, those old obstacles. May the Holy Spirit give you so much power and so much courage to overcome every tiny little obstacle in your everyday life. That is my prayer for you. That is my prayer for all of us. Thank you for showing up. If you would like a reading from me, you can go to my website or the link below and book with me. So I thank you for showing up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.